Hi guys, welcome back to Chops Garage. So after the last video, I think it was the last video, successful Saturday selling stock, I'm back into the old cleaning cars again. Finally getting on with the Polos. So the red Polos had a full clean down, wheel acid. Now it needs the tar and glue remover, because if you look down here, loads of little black spots. And that's before I then get out the machine polish and tackle some of this stuff that's in the, it's just in the lack of that stuff there. We can buff that out. Then it'll need this interior clean. I've cleaned the engine bay out already. But while I had everything out, I gave the little grey Polo a wash down as well and did the engine bay, so that's ready to go for me to do machine polish, do the interior. Shouldn't need too much on the interior. While I had it out, whipped the wheel trims off, did my old trick of blacking behind the wheels. You obviously get, when you get steel wheels, you get the surface rust on them. It's purely cosmetic, but you don't want to leave it there. It's very unappealing to the eye. So whip wheel trims off, clean the wheels down, stone chip them, put your wheel trims back on again. It'll lift the whole car a lot. This is why there hasn't been as much content recently, because all I'm doing really is cleaning cars at the moment in this queue of car cleaning, because the quality of the cars has come up. They don't need masses of paint. To be honest, with the volume of cars I'm doing now, I don't have time to do a lot of paint myself anyway. And touch wood, mechanically, they've been pretty sound as well. But again, outsourcing most of that. So pretty much all of my day is cleaning, photographing, listing, and that would make for very boring videos. So I'm trying to sort of only do very small amounts of that in content in amongst everything else that's going on. The Focus is going out on Wednesday, so that'll free up a space when it gets dropped off to our subscriber. And we've got someone straight away Monday morning, we're into another view, and we've got someone coming to see the Corsa. Hopefully we can get the Dacia down for its MOT, so our subscriber can come and pick that up. The thing with the Corsa is, I was hoping it'd be able to go straight out of the door, this one, after an MOT, but those rear seats are playing up, aren't they? So we're going to have to get a fix done on those, find out what the problem is. A lot of you suggest I need to do both at the same time. I did give that a go. Made no difference at all. They just don't seem to want to move anywhere at the moment. But I think we'll have to get the Moores boys onto that. One other thing, Ignis. People have been messaging me wanting to buy the Ignis in quite good volume, actually. To be honest, I'm having far too much fun driving the car. I taxed it on Saturday so that I could use it for non-work trips as well, because obviously with trade plates on, it's only supposed to be work related. And I just thought, look, I'll just put it on a monthly DD tax so I can burn around without having to put trade plates on it. I'm just having such a hoot in that car. It's so much fun to drive. It doesn't use that much fuel. It starts on the button. It runs really well. I've just been able to hop in it and enjoy it. So I'm just going to carry on doing that for the moment. People have been asking me how much, and people are wanting to buy it trade. The thing with it is, how do I replace it? If I regret selling it, how do I go and find another one? So although I got it cheap, I can't sell it on cheap, because if I want to get another one, I'm going to struggle. So you know, I said to people that, you know, I really didn't really want to sell it, to be honest. So, and obviously, people have been asking where the Swift and the Alpha is. I have lent the Swift to my brother, who's having some work done on his Dacia Sandero. He's having a new turbo fitted, and unfortunately, the company provided the turbo. Turbo went on. As soon as the boys turned the key, blew a seal, covered everything in oil, blew oil through the exhaust system. They're saying they'll replace the turbo, but they won't be accountable for anything else. I don't think I'm going to swallow that. They need to make me good on my other losses, I think, there. Comment down below. Anybody had similar circumstances? What did you do in that? Look at the rain coming in. And the Alpha. I made the mistake of lending the Alpha out to somebody. I really shouldn't have done. I shouldn't be lending cars out to people, because obviously that is in my name and it's taxed. So I lent it out to someone who insured it, and they have cracked the front bumper. So that's going to have to fix. When it comes back, I think I'm just going to clean that car, trade it out to someone. I checked Auto Trader, it's still coming up, it's worth like $5,000, and I think, to be honest, I could probably let it go out the door for like 2.5. So, and if someone just drives it as it is, I mean, the person that's got it at the moment thinks it's as fast as you like. Yeah, so if you just did those bits, they're all things that can be tackled at home, really, aren't they? Or if you are a trader, I guess there's enough margin to get those bits and bobs done. But yeah, I think it's just a case of selling that car on now, bless it. My mates did have a laugh at me on Saturday when I came in the Ignis. One of them asked me, is there something about my trade insurance that means I can only drive small cars, because I seem to have this thing of only driving little cheap cars. They say you've got loads of other nice stock. Why are you driving the little cheap cars? Or is your insurance only allow you to drive small cars? And they decided then that it was just a case of me liking the idea of a great big bloke coming out of small cars all the time. But it is just, I like cheap cars. Don't know why. I like cheap cars. I like cheap small cars. It's small cars. You can have a mundane trip just into work in the morning. And even if the road isn't that clear and it isn't that great a road, you can still have loads of fun just revving them and trying to take a better line on each corner. And you don't have to do stupid speeds. You can still be within the speed limits. I just love small, little, revvy cars. So guys, Polo clean-up interrupted by test driving the Corsa. And it's sold, deposit placed. It's got to go down for its MOT. They're going to pick up the Dacia, MOT that, then come back, swap it over, get the Corsa, MOT that. The lady's opted to have the seat sorted later on because she wants the car sooner rather than later. She hadn't noticed. She hadn't tried to put the back seats down at all. But I said it needed sorting. She said, can we bring it back and do it at a later date? So I agreed that to be done. Asked me for a discount. Using the same thing I'm using with most customers discount-wise. I'm saying, look, at the end of the day, guys, this car, £400 odd below Auto Trader, as was the Dacia, as was the BMW. And I'm saying, look, I've set aside money for the MOT. If it ends up not needing that money for the MOT, I'll give you a bit of a discount. If I can't give you a bit of a discount, it's because the money's gone into your car, i.e. a couple of tyres or whatever. So you're not going to lose either way. And that seems to make sense to most people, because it does make sense, doesn't it? So I should probably obviously just stick with no, I'm £400 below. That's the price, and not offer anything. And obviously, if the MOT doesn't cost as much, I pocket that cash because it's then there for other warranties. That's the hard-nosed way to do it. But people want to feel like they've had a little bit off, don't they? They want to feel, they've been a negotiated bit, makes them feel happy about the deal. And to be honest, it's only ever ends up being like £100, and it's not going to be the be-all and end-all to any warranty claim. So yeah, need to get the Polos ready even quicker now, don't I? Because what have we got for sale now? The Clio and the 208 are the only two we've got up for sale. Again, more expensive cars. This stuff sub £6,000, around the £5,000, sell all day long. Once you start getting up into the 8s and 9s, those things take a little bit longer. Really, it's franchise stock, that stuff, to be honest. But we've got to try different things out, guys, see where we can go with the business. One other thing to quickly update you on, if you remember, we had some warranty claims, including drive shafts, one of which was for the Mitsubishi ASX, where the drive shaft could only be got from a main dealer. It was £800 odd, but the warranty claim was refused because the drive shaft itself was fine. It was just the ABS ring had rotted away. So based on the vehicle being 12 years old, and that being a corrosion thing, they wouldn't cover it under warranty because they'll cover the drive shaft itself failing or unexpected failure of drive shaft, but the ABS ring rotting away on a vehicle that age, they say is fair enough. Now, I said that my solution was to get a good used CV joint. What am I talking about? A good used drive shaft and fit that to bring the costs down. Now, I did actually contact my account manager and said that was my plan. In respects to that, was there anything they could do? They actually said, yep, £240 they gave me, £240 towards doing the fix, which, bang on. You can't argue that, really, can you? As we know, that's pretty much the only claim that's ever really been declined by warranty-wise in the time I've been doing things for the last couple of years. And again, by being sensible, put my case and saying, well, the ABS ring does form part of the drive shaft. The drive shaft is covered under the warranty. And then they said, well, again, it's not really, but, I said I can understand the bill being over £1,000 for the drive shaft to be fitted, including the drive shaft was quite steep. If I can get the second-hand part, bring the labour costs down a bit, is there something they could do to help me out? So, yeah, literally, big shout out to Ellie at Warranty Wise who helped me out with that. And, people question the benefits of warranties. I was always going to get the drive shaft done for the customer, even if that doesn't cover the entire cost. It is contributing a good amount towards it, and I will be better off than had I not put that warranty on. I think the warranty for that car was £140, something like that, including the VAT. So I'm up. And obviously on the Volvo, I got the big contribution towards the Volvo on that one as well. That covered the cost. Well, it covered the entire cost of the drive shaft needed doing. We decided to do this other drive shaft, didn't we? Because that was getting close as well. So yeah, big thumbs up for that. So hitting up the scratch on the rear quarter of the Polo, you can see now that it's just now a shallow dent. The scrape mark along there and all the scratches have gone. That was through a combination of 1200 wet and dry. I use whatever I've got available. I like to use fast glass or a glass cleaner with the sandpaper for the wet and dry side of things, because it cleans it out nicely at the same time. And then I use my Silverline, which is a really good value polisher if you're looking for a polisher. Silverline, the blue Silverline one with a white foam head on it and G3 compound. Spray a little bit again of the Glass Fast on the pad. Keep it sort of dry, start at a low speed so you don't flick it everywhere, and then gradually build up the speed a bit. Keep the moisture there so you don't burn through the paint. So now we've got no scrape anymore. So we've still got a dent. I don't know if a dent man can do it on that panel there. I don't want to paint it because this paint is, I imagine, a difficult paint to match. In a lot of occasions I would rather have a dent than paint and end up with a poor match. And I'll discuss that with customers at this point if they see things, because it can really ruin the look of a car for the sake of something quite minor. So there's a little bit of a scrape along here I'm just going to hit, and then that should, I think, be all the major polishing stuff. The rest is just a few little touch-ins here and there. And like I said, I think this will benefit from a full machine polish, but for that I'll use the Random Orbital Sander, because what you will find with the Silverline is it will leave holograms when you machine polish. By that what I mean is when you take the car outside, you'll see where the machine polish has been. So I have anti-hologram compound you can buy, and then I use the Random Orbital Polisher, the little orange one, because that is just circular, I believe. So it's just doing that, whereas the Random's doing all this, and that with the anti-hologram will take away, you've probably done it before, you polish the car up and you'll take it outside and you'll see you've got lines where you've polished it. So I moved the Polo back into the main showroom now because all the anti-hologram's done. Do the interior now, do the hoover out. I don't mind doing the hoover out in here because that's a clean job, and I can keep an ear on the phone. It's next door, I don't get to the phone in time otherwise. And yeah, she's come up really nice, as we knew she would. But yeah, I mean, it was already a clean car, but the machine polish, the anti-tar machine polish, the wet sanding of the scratches is now looking like a mega clean car. So just packing up, agreed to buy 3 more cars today. A Hyundai i10, and we all know I love a Hyundai i10. 2012 with 50,000 miles, I believe. A Land Rover, you're not going to believe this one. Land Rover Discovery 3. Dun dun dun, the trouble ones. Apparently this one's really, really good. 80,000 miles. He says apparently. I haven't seen it yet. I can decline these cars when I see them. 80,000 miles on a 2009, is it? I'll double check. I'll put a picture up of these cars, or I'll find similar cars and put their pictures up. And a Hyundai i20 on a 2010. So I've got a couple of Hyundais. I haven't had any Hyundais for a while. I do like my Hyundais. Always like to have an i10 in stock, as you know. So tomorrow morning we will get the Polo photographed, get that up for sale video, hopefully get this Polo photographed up for sale. We'll be picking up the Cactus that we bought, the Citroen Cactus, and the RAV4. So I'm going to be fully back up to stock again with the big queue of stuff waiting to be cleaned. So if you want to see any of those cars, hit that subscribe button now. Get down below and check you are subscribed. Costs you nothing, just lets you know when new videos are coming out. If you enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up because it'll recommend it to others. Just a quick update again. Catch you again soon. We'll have lots of content because we've got lots of cars coming in.